Look, I'm sure you've been told this a million times. Show up early, stay late, be loyal to the company, and your time's gonna come. But where has that gotten you? Not a damn place. That's why you're watching this video, right? So here's what most people don't realize. There's a ceiling you can't break by just doing what everyone tells you to do. You see, I eventually became head of talent acquisition at a tech company, leading R&D and G&A hiring. So I've seen this from both sides. I've been the person chasing that money, and I've been the person deciding who gets hired and how much they get paid. And let me tell you, the gap between the people who stay stuck and the ones who actually maximize their income usually comes down to one specific thing. And that thing is mindset, specifically the beliefs that they hold on to. And look, I am nothing special. I just stopped thinking like everybody else. So today I'm going to give you the 10 career beliefs that you have to drop if you want to maximize your income. Or you can just continue to hold on to it. I really don't care. Belief one, hard work alone will be rewarded. That's the dumbest lie they ever told us. Working hard doesn't get you rich. Working smart does. A lot of people work hard already, and a lot of those same people are broke. Now, let me keep it real with y'all. I was never that hard work guy. That's for the birds. I never really understood the appeals of just sweating just to sweat. As long as the results got achieved, that's all that mattered to me. But man, I've seen a lot of people working twice as hard, sometimes 3 times as hard as me, and still getting the same paycheck, sometimes less. Just breaking their backs, missing time with their kids, acting like they're gonna get a gold medal for loyalty. See, I figured out early on that 80% of my results came from 20% of my input. So I stopped trying to do everything. I focused only on 20% that actually moved the needle. The projects that made money, saved money, or got visibility. Once I did that, everything fortunately changed. I had more time, more energy, and ironically, more results. Here's the truth. Companies don't pay you for your effort. They pay you for impact. And if you don't understand that, you're gonna die tired and broke. So, hard work by itself doesn't pay. Smart work does. Strategic work does. The kind of work that multiplies your value, not just fills your calendar. Belief number two, your manager will grow your career. This is one of the biggest traps young professionals fall into. Waiting for your manager to mentor you, to guide you, to open doors for you. Let me break it down. Most managers don't care about your career. They care about theirs. They might give you advice, but it's going to be advice that keeps you under them. Listen, most managers are just trying to survive their own workload. Their job is not to be your career coach. And if your manager just makes 20 to 30% more than you do, how can they possibly help 10x your income? Look, there's a lot of people that think my manager's going to put me on. Man, my manager couldn't even put himself on. How is he going to grow my career? Truth is, you are your own manager. You got to network, you got to learn new skills, you got to build your own plan. Your manager is not going to do it for you. Belief number three, you need the perfect experience to move up. This one keeps many people stuck. You look at a job posting and you think, I don't check all the boxes. See, that's another lie. Oh, you don't have 5 years of experience in this specific role. Man, shut your ass up. You know what I got? Transferable skills and data. I never actually said this. I just thought about it. Let me pull the curtain back for you. In 99% of roles, this is all you need to do to be successful. Number one, understand the business and the data that's being extracted from that business. Number two, use that data from that business to create metrics. And then number three, work on improving those metrics by 10 to 20%. That's it. You don't need exact experience. You just need to show how you can do what you've done in the past, whether that's save money, grew sales, or improved efficiency, again and again, regardless of industry or function. Belief number four, networking is fake or sleazy. People always say networking is just kissing ass. And you know who usually says that? People doing worse than you. The people who are actually doing better than you, they never say that. Think about it like this. When you go on a date, do you sit there all stiff like, I ain't gonna smile too much, that'll be fake. I ain't gonna compliment her, that's kissing ass. Hell nah. You put your best foot forward. You dress right, you crack jokes, you make a good impression. Nobody calls that fake. It's just how humans connect. Networking is the same thing. It's just building relationships. And here's the real game. Your skills might get you in the room, but your relationships decide how far you go. If you don't play the game, don't cry when somebody else passes you up. The truth is this. Opportunities don't always come from applying online. They come from conversations, from someone thinking of you when a role opens. Some of my biggest jumps happen because someone in my network vouched for me. Belief number 5, be a team player above all. Listen, being cool with your coworkers is nice, but I'm not in the office to make best friends. I'm here to get paid. You're going to hear, help out the team. Don't worry about the credit. These are lies. The people who move up are the ones that are loud about what they did. They made sure the right folks knew the value that they actually brought. When I started setting boundaries on my time, I got pushback. You need to help more. You're not being a team player. Here's the thing. If your goal is to get promoted in that company and on that team, they're absolutely right. But if your goal is to 10x your income, that advice does not apply here. Now, you will face resistance when you stop saying yes to everything, but that resistance is a sign that you're on the right track. Now, I'm not saying be a jerk, but stop thinking being Mr. Nice Guy is going to make you rich. That makes you liked, not paid. Next time they tell you, be a team player, respond with, nah, I'm going to be a paid player. Actually, don't say that. That just sounds good. I never said that, but I did think it a lot of times. So think as you like, but behave like others. Belief number 6, stay humble, don't brag. Man, who told y'all this lie? Your work does not speak for itself. If it did, half the people in leadership wouldn't even be there. Here's the truth. The people who get promoted are the ones who make sure the right people know what they're doing. And by right people, I don't mean your buddy at the cubicle next to you. I mean your manager, your skip level manager, and your department head. The people who actually make the decisions. Now, I'm not saying walk around the office like you're Kanye giving a speech. What I am saying is be intentional. Send recap emails of your wins, highlight the metrics, make it easy for your manager to see the value that you actually bring. And here's the thing, sometimes you might even need to write the script for your manager, like literally drafting the email or talking points so they can take it up to their boss. Trust me, like they'll thank you because you just saved them a lot of work. Don't assume your manager is out here singing your praises either. Half the time, they're just too busy worrying about their own deliverables. So you've got to put your results on a silver platter and slide it in front of them. This is not bragging. This is called managing your career. Belief number 7, you have to follow the linear path. Climb the ladder step by step. Not anymore. The people who maximize their income take non-linear paths. I myself jumped industries, functions, even roles that didn't seem connected at first glance. But every move gave me leverage. That's how you multiply income fast. I didn't follow the ladder. I treated my career like a jungle gym. I moved sideways, I learned new skills, I went into roles that gave me leverage, even if it wasn't a promotion in the traditional sense. Sometimes the biggest jump isn't the ladder, it's across the building. Look, if you're still following the linear path, guess what? You're moving at a turtle's pace. Stop being a follower. Build your own path. Belief number 8, work-life balance means slacking. Nah, see, balance doesn't mean being lazy. Balance means choosing where to put your energy. Everybody out here talking about grind culture, no days off, sleep when you're dead, all that nonsense. Bro, like that ain't balance. That's burnout. You're going to kill yourself for a job that would replace you in 2 weeks if you drop dead. I worked hard, but not 24/7 for the company. I worked hard on myself, on my network, on my skills. That's the balance that makes you rich. Let me tell you something. Balance doesn't mean you do less. It means you stop doing stupid shit that doesn't pay. So don't let them guilt you into thinking you're not loyal because you're not working yourself into the ground. The goal is not to die for the job. The goal is to make enough money so you can choose when to work. Belief number 9, the higher you go, the more stress you'll have. Everybody loves to say this. Man, I don't want that promotion. Too much stress. Nah, that's just what people who never made it past middle management tell themselves to feel better. Here's the truth. The higher you go, the less stressful it actually gets, if you know how to manage people and hold them accountable. You see, when you're at the bottom, you're doing everything. You're the worker, the problem solver, the firefighter, the email responder, the, hey, got a minute person? That's stressful. You don't have control. You're reacting all day. When you start moving up, you get options. You get to decide what actually matters, when your meetings are, who you delegate to. Yeah, you're accountable for more, but you don't have to actually do more. You just have to think better. Once I learned how to hold people accountable, my job actually got easier, not harder. I wasn't putting out fires. I was the one setting the priorities. And that's the key difference between stress and strategy. So don't let people scare you into thinking small and staying small. The higher you go, the more freedom you actually get. You stop reacting and start designing your day. That's not more stress, that's more power. And if your boss looks stressed all the time, that's not because they're higher up. It's because they don't know what the hell they're doing. Don't confuse incompetence with pressure. Belief number 10, money will just come later. This is the saddest lie. Just work hard now. Money will come later. Later when? When you're 65 and when your back's hurting? Nah, money comes when you chase it intentionally. When you make bold moves, when you stop being scared to leave that little safe job. Later is just code word for never. We've all heard it. Don't chase money. But here's the thing. Money buys you options. It buys freedom. When I started focusing on roles that not only challenged me, but also paid me what I thought I was worth, everything changed. Money wasn't my only motivator, but it was a key one. So look, I dropped all 10 of these lies and I went from making 40K to 400K in 5 years. If you're young in your career, don't waste time believing the myths that they feed you. Think for yourself. Most people stay stuck because they hold on to these outdated beliefs. They work hard, but without direction. They stay loyal to companies that don't reward them. They wait for opportunities that, quite frankly, never come. But you don't have to repeat that cycle. You can take ownership of your career today. You can focus on high value work, build skills that pay, create opportunities, and just make some really bold moves. Here's the truth. If you want a normal career, believe what everyone else believes. If you want to maximize your income, you have to start thinking differently, acting differently, and be willing to face some resistance along the way. So let me ask you, which of these 10 beliefs are you still holding on to today? And which ones are you ready to drop today? So hey, if this resonated with you, subscribe for more career strategies and share this with someone who needs to hear it, because your income will only grow as much as your mindset does. Thanks for watching.